Life can be restrictive sometimes. Sure, we have the freedom to pursue life and happiness, but only within reason. If your happiness requires you to drive a tank, or walk around naked, that may not be always possible. Fortunately, there are some 196 countries in this world, all with their own values and sets of laws. Some things may be illegal in most places, but legal in certain areas of the world. There's somewhere in the world filled with people who think it's perfectly fine. Number 10. Marry the animal of your choice. In India, you can legally marry any animal possible. It doesn't have to be a dog, even though it is the most popular choice. One man in New Delhi explained the process. As a child, he stoned and hanged 2 dogs, and he was convinced the illnesses he had later in life were punishments for his cruelty. He visited a local priest regarding the issue, who told him he had only one option to remove his curse, that was to marry a dog. The man's family approved. They even helped him pick out the best dog to be his bride. Then they threw a lavish wedding ceremony, complete with a feast, to celebrate the eternal union of a man and a dog. Number 9. Walking around naked. Spain has a reputation for nude beaches. Citizens and tourists from around the world travel to one of Spain's many nude beaches to be able to enter the one place where they can strip their clothes off completely, without any police telling them to cover up. However, most people are unaware that you don't actually have to go to a nude beach. In Spain you can legally be naked in any public place you want. Since 1978, the Constitution of Spain has not only guaranteed its people permission to walk around naked, it's also part of the human right law. There have been attempts to change the law in the past, but none have gone through. Number 8. Drive a tank. Technically, England isn't the only place you can drive a tank. There are plenty of places in the United States that let customers go on a joyride in an armored vehicle, some even letting you crush cars, or drive through a mobile home. England takes it one step further. In England, tanks are road legal. You can drive a tank on your way to the grocery store, or to pick up your kids after school. You have to deactivate the weapons, and rubber tracks must be fitted onto the wheels, but as long as you do that, you can take your tank anywhere you like. One man has even set up a tank limo that picks up customers, so teenagers in England can really make an impression at prom. Number 7. Sell your kidney. In the country of Iran, people will put up posters around town advertising that they have a kidney for sale. They usually write their blood type and phone number, but some people get a bit more competitive. Some posters are splashed with bright attention-grabbing colors. Others show off test results that prove their kidney is in good health. Some people even pull down the ads of competitors to make sure that the next time you need a kidney, you notice their poster first. The practice is definitely controversial, but some claim it's working wonders for the healthcare system. Since Iran opened up a kidney market, donor waiting lists have been completely eliminated. Number 6. Self-identify as a dragon, Russia. If you believe hard enough, you can call yourself a dragon anywhere. No one can force you to stop introducing yourself as Smolter, the golden dragon. In most places, you can't force them to accept you as a dragon, except for in Russia. On a Russian census, you can legally identify yourself as any ethnicity, even if it doesn't exist. Young people often put themselves down as elves and hobbits, and older ones tend to register as Martians. Whatever they write, as far as the Census Bureau is concerned, is accepted as a fact. In some ways, this has done some good. In southern provinces, several people have used the open space to classify themselves as Cossacks, registering themselves as a real ethnicity that just doesn't show up as an option anywhere else. Number 5. Consume any drug you can get your hands on. Portugal has decriminalized every single drug in existence. This isn't exactly the same as making it legal. If you're caught in possession of drugs, you could still be sent to a counselor. However, you can't go to prison for having a personal stash of anything, whether you're puffing marijuana or freebasing cocaine. Portugal's policy seems to work. Before decriminalization, they had a major problem with Class A drugs. 1 in every 100 were addicted to heroin. Within 4 years of decriminalizing drugs, drug-induced deaths went down by nearly 90%, and HIV rates had decreased by 70%. Number 4. Owning a minigun, the United States. Most people already know that Americans have fought for and won the right to carry assault rifles, but you might not realize just how far those rights go. In America, you can even buy a minigun. Miniguns, which were only ever intended to mow down thousands of enemy troops, can fire up to 6,000 rounds per minute, and you could be in possession of one in your own home. A loophole in the 1986 Firearm Owners Protection Act made it technically legal for American citizens to buy one for home protection. You need a Class II license to get one, and they're expensive and hard to track down, but anyone who's determined enough can start protecting their home with a weapon that was built to take on the Viet Cong. Number 3. Get a government employee to help you inject heroin. If you look for it in downtown Vancouver, Canada, you'll find a government building where addicts can legally inject heroin, with the help of a medical professional. You have to bring your own drugs to enter, but there's no risk of arrest for visiting, and you can give the people a fake name to stay anonymous. Inside, you'll find 12 injection booths, each equipped with a clean needle and sterile equipment. The medical staff will even help you find the vein you're looking for. Most of the time, they stand there and watch you in case you overdose, to make sure you're doing heroin safely. The program started 20 years ago, because Vancouver had the highest HIV rate in the developed world. It's been a huge success. Some people even come back 2 or 3 times a day. Number 2. Attach a flamethrower to your car. In South Africa, you can buy a product called the Blaster, a flamethrower that shoots out 20 meters, 65 feet, of fire, custom designed to be fitted onto your car. The blast sends out a burst of flame, on both sides of your vehicle, and doesn't damage your paint. It's also completely legal. South Africa was getting 13,000 carjackings every year, so the country legally permitted owners to kill anyone trying to break into your car. The Blaster came out in 1998 and has since been taken off the market, because of how dangerous it could be for road users, even though it was still legal. There just wasn't enough demand. Anyone determined enough could probably still pick one up secondhand, or even start an automotive flamethrower company of their own. Number 1. Stealing someone else's art. If you steal a priceless piece of artwork in the Netherlands, you don't need to resell it on the black market, in the hope of getting a quick sale to avoid a prison sentence. As long as you can muster up a little patience, your stolen artwork will become legally yours. After 20 years, the statute of limitations for property theft is up, making the stolen property legally belong to the person who happens to have it at that time. It's not so simple. If you steal from a public collection, or a painting classified as part of their cultural heritage. For those major pieces, you have to wait 30 years before you're off the hook. Still, it's pretty doable. The police give art theft a low priority, so if you can hide a Rembrandt in your attic for a few decades, it'll be yours.